What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Twin Turbo. Today I am going to be doing just an overall review on the Kia Stinger GT. This is a 2021 Stinger GT all-wheel drive. I would like to do, a non-biased as possible. I am the owner of this car, so, take that for what it is. However, I've had it for about 8 months and we're coming up on 7,000 miles. I can at least give you guys an initial opinion and tell you everything I know about the car and how it drives, how it performs. And I would like this video to reach out to a variety of an audience, people that won't modify their cars, to people that, they might modify their cars, and to people that definitely would. I will say that I am one who did modify my car. I have modified every car that I've ever owned. It's a sickness, it really is. Okay, so I will start off, as many of you know, the last 3 cars I owned were Lexus, and Lexus really set a bar for me in terms of quality and style. Not the fastest cars, of course. The IS350 had over 300 horse, but it was rear-wheel drive. And here in the Midwest, our winters can be unpredictable. Yeah, it was a challenge. Fun car, loved it. Out of the 3, the GS350 was probably my favorite. But anyway, so Kia really disrupted the automotive industry. When this car first came out, I was like, man, that thing looks sick. I'm not gonna lie. But I couldn't get over the fact that it was a Kia. Now, there are some things I do not like about this car, and there are things that I love about this car. I really would like to come at you guys with a well-balanced review. We'll go over the interior, we'll go over the exterior, and of course, why most of you are probably here, we'll go over the performance. And let me tell you, there's no slouch in the performance department, that's for sure. They do make quite a few different variants of the Kia Stinger GT. This is a regular GT all-wheel drive. They have a GT1, a GT2, there's a Scorpion, there's a GTS. Mine has the red leather interior, but it does not have a sunroof. A lot of people ask me how that is possible. I don't know, but that's the one I have. If you're thinking about getting this car on the secondary market or even getting a new one now, if you don't plan to modify it, I'll just go over what I think about the car from a baseline perspective, getting it stock and keeping it stock. If you are getting one or thinking about getting one to modify it like I did, then I will go over what I did with it and how well it responds to modification. And also for the person that is going to get this car and they're definitely going to modify it and customize it. It's an amazing car, but there are a few things that I don't like about it, so I'm going to be well balanced. I am a little biased, obviously. I bought the car. Okay guys, so let's head up front to my favorite area, the cockpit. So again, it's all about attention to details. We have the aluminum covered foot plate with the gas and brake pedal covers. Those are things that I used to put on cars when I was back in high school. Fuel door release, blind spot monitoring, and then interior lighting. We have more controls for the vents. I love the details. I love the gloss black around that. I love the perforation on the leather steering wheel. We have some more stitching right here. Of course, red to match the interior and the brake calipers. And look at that, flat bottom steering wheel. It's actually functional. Getting in and out of the car, it actually helps. And it feels really cool when you're holding it. Makes the car feel extra sporty. We have gloss black met with the GT logo. Very, very cool. One thing I notice is the inside of these, of the side mirrors have those lines. That is like super cool to me. That probably has something to do with drag coefficient. Who knows? If not, great attention to detail, Kia. Highly recommend this, guys. So this is a magic mount on a Pro Clip. So Pro Clip designs car phone holders, and they're vehicle specific. So this one is made for the Kia Stinger. It won't fit any other car. So the nice thing about this, we put that on there and boom. So when we're driving, it's like we have an extra screen. Now, one thing about the 2022, you might want to consider, way better screen. That's the only thing I don't like about this car versus the brand new ones, because my exhaust is better than the new one because I have an aftermarket exhaust. But factory to factory, yeah, you know, if you're going to go for a brand new Kia Stinger, I would recommend the 2022 because they have done, the interior just looks so much better. But if you're on the residual market side, you know, the secondary market, and you're looking at 2018 to 21, this is what you get. Okay, so we'll kind of do a wide angle here to like give you a good POV feel. And this is being shot on the iPhone 11 Pro. So if you have that phone, this is what it would look like. This car is very spacious. It feels about as big as the Lexus GS 350. I think the Lexus was maybe a little bit wider, but this car is definitely a little bit longer, and it just has a very spacious feel in it. I really feel though that this car is aimed at the driver. This cockpit is engineered for the driver. There are just so many details, like when you're holding the steering wheel, your thumb being right there when you're driving, the flat bottom steering wheel, you know, you're greeted with this very sporty steering wheel with the GT logo and the red stitching and the perforations, and it's just a very sport feeling GT car. You have aluminum paddle shifters on the back. Those of you that have been watching, I have an order coming, the Draggy's coming for the 0 to 60 times in conjunction with the JB4, so you don't want to miss out on that. We have some carbon fiber paddle shifters coming. So in editing this video, this is an important part to go over, you know, the steering wheel controls. I want to add real quick, by clicking this arrow up, you're going to see your trip odometer information, your average fuel economy. Mine is low because, well, I have mods done and I do launch controls, and yeah, that's expected. Keep going, it'll show you the mode that you're in. We're in comfort mode. I usually leave it right here. There's a digital reference for your miles per hour, and that's about it. Cruise control settings, resume, your OK button, and then this menu here. You have more driver settings. You can adjust the ambient light in here. I have mine set to violet. This model I have is very base, okay? So there are the GT1, GT2, they're gonna have a ton of features, and that center display there is gonna be bigger and in color. Over here you can do like a tap to talk type of a deal. This is to control your audio volume, to switch through tracks, take in calls, and you know, your mode, so FM, Bluetooth, stuff like that. So, oh, we ordered the oil catch can. Mishimoto, we're going to be dropping that in. I'll do an install video on that, and I'll also do a review and update to see what it all catches. We have a Uniden R3 radar detector, very necessary. I went with a clean install. So you have to remove the panel up here and get a wiretap kit, so you don't have to have an annoying cord hanging down. But no, man, the side bolstering on these seats are amazing. There's little holes in here to help you breathe. Now, this doesn't have the cooled seats. My option came with heated only. As you can see here, when you push it down once, you're at full blast. Push it down again, down to its lowest and off. I have a heated steering wheel, which is really, really nice. This is the parking. It's electronic parking brake. As you can see, now the brake is on. Push it down, that turns it off. We have the auto start stop feature. I think that's so annoying. So they do that for fuel economy and stuff like that. And of course we have the GoPro here, but you know, they do this for fuel economy, but I don't like it. I think it's creepy when you're sitting at a stoplight and it just completely turns off. You know, starting and stopping an engine is one of the hardest things on it. So for it to constantly be doing that just to save a little fuel is a little counterintuitive. So I just turned it off. But what a beautiful, I mean, this red leather on the camera shows up one way, but in real life, it's just amazing. We have premium materials. You know, we have an aluminum covering. We have a wireless phone charger. Now, one thing, if you do go with this mount, and I'm recording with my iPhone right now, but you know, on the back of my phone case here, there's a magnet, and that's how the phone is held in place with this. This is a magnet too. So the reason why I'm mentioning this is because if I go to put the phone down in here, with the magnet being on the back of the phone, it interferes with its charging capability. So kind of keep that in mind. Just an overall, it has a pretty good quality feel. Everything else is pretty much standard. We have lighted vanities, we have place for your sunglasses, you know, you can turn your stuff off and on. Over here we can do with this button right here, let's see, yeah, this button right here will fold the mirrors in. Here's the auto feature, and to turn it off you just leave it out. So now if I lock the cars, the mirrors will not go in automatically anymore. We open our fuel here, we have the blind spot monitoring, and then of course to dim the lights. Here is the sport mode knob. Turn it to the right and you're gonna get sport mode. Turn it again, you'll get custom mode. And then you can go into the settings and you can change the all-wheel drive to sport. You can change the all-wheel drive to eco, comfort. You know, it is what it is. It's not gonna make the car any faster. The car comes with the horsepower and torque that it comes with. But by changing this into sport mode, you will definitely notice a huge difference in terms of the gearing and the RPMs and how responsive it is and all of that. So that is super nice. Again, we have those awesome vents up here that have that satisfying click. Temperature control, it's really, really nice. As you can see up there, you know, it'll show you the temperature. And then you can hit sync right here for the passenger. You know, one gripe, I guess I would say, this does have Apple CarPlay, but to use it, I have to install the cord here. And I don't know, guys, I do not like having a freaking iPhone cord just like hanging out like that. That's the whole reason I did the radar detector that way, is because I'm not a fan of the cords. So it's 2021. Like, why is Apple CarPlay not wireless? Okay guys, so I'm 6'1". Let's give this an attempt. I have not adjusted the front seat, so this would simulate like if someone was 6 foot driving this car and you are 6 foot and you're getting behind them. It's actually pretty amazing. Like, I'm not all like, ugh. Like, this thing actually, now the roof line on this thing really slopes. So, you know, if I sit up straight, then yeah, my head's hitting it, but I fit back here like very comfortably. They did a great job designing this. Now, if you're over 6 foot back here, you might be struggling a little bit, but in the front, my brother is 6'7", and in the passenger seat, he's got plenty of room. And I don't know if that has to do with not having a sunroof, but most cars with sunroof like kind of kill some headroom. But you know, I'm 6'1" and I have plenty of headroom. So here, I've never even been back here, but you know, again, we have these satisfying clicks just like we do on the 3 up front there. And I love these type of vents because you can just move them with your finger and direct the air of where you want them to blow. And not only does that click turn it off, but half a click is going to let half the amount of air come out, which is nice. We have a 12 volt 180 watt socket. We have USB back here so you can charge your phone, and of course, you know, heated, cool, what have you. So, you know, cargo nets, if you want to put some storage back here. So technically this car holds 5 people. We have a armrest that comes down and you're greeted with 2 cup holders. Very nice. And we have these child safety car seat latches here. Little cup space right there. Of course, power windows and premium materials in the back as well. We have the aluminum soft touch materials. And for the car enthusiast, you got to get the Stinger covers, guys. Now let me just kind of talk to you about what I think about this car, and then I'll try to do a POV drive and show you the acceleration and the performance. this is probably the part you have all been waiting on. This is why you want the Kia Stinger. What we have here is a 3.3 liter twin turbo V6. So guys, from the factory, this thing puts out 365 horsepower at 6,000 RPM, 376 feet-pound of torque down low at 1,300 RPM. That is crazy. So that's to the fly. Now to the wheels, it's probably more around 300, same for torque. So this thing right here, as you see it, is over 410 all-wheel horsepower, which is well over 500 horse in torque. And let me tell you, I notice it, huge difference with the mods. Let me tell you, this thing is no slouch in power. It's got plenty of power. Even if you are thinking of buying one of these and not doing any of the performance modifications I've done to it, let me tell you, when you put this thing in sport mode, it's got plenty of power. We have Injen Intakes on here. These are factory. They'll sell aftermarket ones that are carbon fiber, red, I mean, whatever you want. Sky's the limit. There's a huge aftermarket support for this car, but this is how your car will come. And then we have a JB4 piggyback tune with a Bluetooth adapter that I can control on my phone, of which I will show you, but this is the engine. Very, very nice design. Actually pretty easy to work on. The spark plugs are a little challenging on this side, but it's doable. You can do it. Let's check out this back real quick, guys. So, you know, if you have a GT1, GT2, GTS, your key fob will automatically power this open. Again, this is the GT model, pretty much base with all-wheel drive. So you have to press a button and lift it up. Anyways, plenty of room in the back. This is a nice cover. This actually helps with some of the exhaust drone, so I leave this on. And it also covers my speaker here. I have an aftermarket 8-inch Sundown audio sub. It's tuned at 34 Hertz. And in combination with the battery being underneath a spare tire back here, 150 amp alternator, and the amp is mounted down underneath where the spare tire is against the back of the car. So there's a very short path of power to travel. There's a lot of variables with this subwoofer because this little 8-inch sub will flex the interior if I want it to. Now I have a bass knob up front where under the kick panel is, so I can adjust the gain on it. I have it tuned perfectly right now, so you know the back seats will fold down, and if you remove this, you have like a very long area. It's almost kind of like a Ford Escape or a CR-V, or maybe like a Toyota RAV4 in length. But the thing is, you got to keep in mind when you shut the hatch that, you know, pretty much nothing too much taller than that, right? Because it's going to hit the window tint. But, you know, it'll get stuff from IKEA, bookshelves, lamps, long stuff that you really generally can't fit into a car will fit in this Sportback. Reliability. Well, get into the message boards, get online, network. So far, the Kia Stinger is pretty reliable, especially with modifications. Any car will break. There's not a car that won't break if you're very, very hard on it and re-engineer it with modifications. So if you plan on buying this car is very, very fast. Like, if you're coming from a V6 Lexus and you get in this thing, you're gonna be like, oh my gosh, like, wow, this thing is super fast. Now, things I don't like. Okay, so the Kia Stinger has a lot of road noise. Now, you would think with Michelin Pilot Sports, it would be quiet and smooth. Michelin is known for that. I've always put Michelin tires on all Lexuses, but it's loud, and I don't think it's the tires' fault as much as the build construction. And maybe they're trying to lose weight and things are more hollow and thin, because you can just hear the road noise. On the highway, it's the worst, but you know, that might be a con to you, okay? Because if, you know, getting this car It's very luxurious on the inside. It's very sporty. It turns a lot of heads. I don't know, every drive-through I go to when my windows are down, people look in here and they're like, what kind of car is that? You know, they're looking at the steering wheel, they're seeing the E badge, the flat bottom, and just like, it just looks beautiful. So you will get a lot of attention in this car. Be prepared. Every gas station you go to, if not every, definitely once in a while, every gas station you go to, people are gonna come up to you and ask you what it is. I had an older guy ask me if it was a Porsche Panamera. I was flattered, but just trying to give you a little bit of a heads up there. If you are more low-key and you don't want attention, I wouldn't go for this car. You know, people are slowly finding out more and more, I think, of what these are. Kia sales are low. I think a lot of that has to do, the Kia Stinger sales are low. I think a lot of that has to do with it's a Kia. So that's con number 2. You know, at the end of the day, this is a Kia, and you have to kind of get over that fact. In 2018, when these came out and I was driving an IS350, I was like, man, that car is sick. The Brembo brakes, the Michelins, the power, the twin turbo. I was like, man, you know, I like that car, but it's a Kia, right? And I was like, and I would never buy the first year of anything. Here we are in 2021, 7 months ago. I decided to, you know, pull the trigger and give it a shot. And when you get online and you get on YouTube and you get on Instagram, there is a huge following for these cars. It's definitely a niche category. And, you know, more common, you're gonna have Mustangs, Camaros, BMWs, stuff like that. But this thing from a dig, I'm telling you right now, it beats almost everything I've raced from a dig I've beat. A lot of that has to do because I'm tuned and I have all-wheel drive. Other con would be the hatchback rattling. So when I first got this car, it wasn't doing it, but at 200 miles over bumps, small bumps on the road, I heard a noise coming from back there and it was rattling and it was driving me insane. Googled Kia Stinger GT hatch rattle and it was a common issue. So luckily the dealer that I have is really nice. They're really cool. We're like, oh yeah, we're sorry. We know that's been an issue. We know exactly what to do. They fixed it right away. There's another con, and I'm gonna have to try to get this on camera. When I turn off the engine, there's a squeak noise. And I've looked this up. It could be like some sort of turbo, like bearing or turbo throttle body housing or something. I don't know what I was reading. And I heard it's not detrimental, but it is annoying when you turn the car off and you hear a eek. So you Kia Stinger owners will know what I'm talking about. And I guess another con, you know, another con would be the paint. Okay, so Kia has beautiful colors. The ceramic silver, which is kind of like a Nardo gray. They have an orange, man. They have a yellow. They like the red, the blue. Their colors are amazing. They pop. They look so beautiful. But the quality is not the best, average at best, okay? It picks up swirl marks easy, it chips easy, you know, it's not the best paint, you know what I mean? Like, it's some of the best colors I've seen on a car, but the quality is, you slack there, Kia, a little bit. Other than that, that's it, guys. I mean, very, you know, those are problems, but no car is perfect. You know, there's no car that's perfect, and I accept that. But yeah, they did a great job on this car. And you know, I guess one question I could answer to sum it up: would I buy this car again? Yes, but I would do the 2022 now. When I bought this one, the 2022 came out 3 months later, and I didn't even know it was coming out. I didn't know it was going to get a facelift, but it did. And that's it. That's probably all I would do differently. And yeah, DNR officers driving by, and I'm probably gonna get asked to move. See what I do for you guys. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on those notifications, because man, I got some stuff coming for this car. If you want to see some cool modifications, some 0 to 60, some draggy videos, some screen recording, go ahead and check out my other videos. If you want to hear the exhaust, I'm going to do some more flybys, some more angles on the outside. We got a lot of stuff to cover, guys. So that's pretty much going to do it for today. Make sure you hit that subscribe button because I have some other parts coming on the way. We got the carbon fiber stuff going on. We got the draggy, which is going to be very important for you performance heads following me. You want to see some 0 to 60 times on JB4 disabled, so map 0, a stock Stinger basically with intakes, exhaust, and plugs. But we're gonna do map 1, map 2, map 3, map 4. The gas station around the corner that has my E85, I pulled in there today and all the freaking pumps are out. They're doing some sort of construction there. I hope they don't get rid of my E85. Hitting that subscribe button and the like button and doing the comments really helps my channel grow. These videos cost me money, but I'm a car enthusiast and I love doing it. I love communicating with you guys. I answer all the comments and on Instagram, all the messages. So thanks again, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.